advice has an elder given you that still drives you forward today?
Elder, man,
Hmm.
my aunties were mean. Um, 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 the one thing that really stuck to me is like I'm the one that takes care of like the household. Being the woman, like even where I'm a Native American, so that's what we're taught growing up. I'm to take care of my brothers, everybody, all the men that's around me, and I'm the one that sets that tone right here, the heart of the house, and that's not just for my partner. It's like it was my dad, it was my brothers, stuff like that, my uncles, making sure that they're all fed, as long as they're good, they're out working and providing. So that's
Cool.
something my aunties really embedded in me.
Did you live on a reservation? I grew up with a
Yep,
lot of res kids where I'm from, and the life is like completely different,
it really
versus
is.
living off of the res. So I'm gonna have some questions about that one day. We're
Okay.
gonna bring you back. I know some res kids on here. We might have to bring that back. All right, Miss 24/7, 24/8. All right, and
That part.
advice an elder gave you that still drives you forward today.
Um, Honestly, it's be kind and really treat people the way that you want to treat because you don't want bad karma. I can hear my dad in every action that I actually do when I get mad and when I get angry and I want to like seek vengeance and I want to like just really give it to somebody. I always hear him say, be the bigger person because all you have to do on this life is be kind of like true to you and be kind to people. That's really the only thing you have to do. So I think that yeah, it drives all parts of my life.
Nice. Nails. Drea, my bad.
Nail.
Nails. Nails. Come on.
The nails are nailing though. The nails are
Right.
nailing.
Oh,
They just
thank
stick
you.
out.
I need to clip
Okay.
this too.
Okay. So, the piece of advice that's been given to me is take care of yourself so you can take care of everyone else. Make sure you're good because if you're not happy, your house is not going to be happy.
Ooh.
Take time to pamper yourself, make yourself feel good, look good. After I had my son, I was a bum because I focused on him. I didn't have none of this. I didn't have any of this. And I didn't feel like myself, but I'm being a mom. But for me to feel good and be good, I had to invest in myself. I had to get back to myself so I could feel better and do better by my son. You feel better, you're going to treat everybody good around you. So that's my advice. Ladies, men, take care of yourself, get your pedicures, pamper yourself, get a massage. Do what you got to do to make yourself feel good so everyone around you can benefit from your positivity.
Okay. Far as me, my uncles, I said my grandma. I'm gonna get wisdom from my grandma all the time, but my dad, man, my dad would talk to me crazy. Like he'd have like these crazy things he would say, and but they made sense though. And then my uncle was a pimp, so you know, he'd be like, nephew, come on, walk next to the curb with me real quick. You know what I'm saying? Talk slick and swallow spit. You know what I'm saying? We down around like going to ground, LPs and RPs over here. And I'll be like, what are you talking about? And he'd be like, look, the walk of life, you know, then break it down exactly what he meant. So I get that West Coast wisdom,
Mm,
from him, where it might seem crazy to some people, but it makes sense to us. And then my dad's from Florida, so I get that Florida game too. You know what I'm saying? So it really like puts life into a certain perspective for you when you look at it from the street view versus like up in the penthouse.
that part.
So yeah, shout out to dad and uncle. They always used to get me together and be real funny. I just want to sit there and listen to them all the time and just listen to them argue with each other. It'd be great. All right, Nikki, what three things have you stood on business about that have never failed you?
Oh, that's a good
Good
question.
one.
That I've stood on business and have never failed me. Mm. That knowing my history will connect me to my present. Um, that I love my job. Like I am my job. Like I'm an educator and that is who I am. And it's like I live, I breathe. That is who I am. And I went to school. I did exactly what I wanted to do and study, and I've made it lucrative. I've stood on, if you find your passion, everything else just falls in place, right? You begin to live your passion, and your passion is your life. And the last is that I'm Black and I'm proud and I love it. That's like those three things have never failed me. They have made me, I've lived a fulfilled life because I have, that has been my mission.
All right. Dope, dope, dope. Faye, what you thinking?
Um, like I think as far as like standing on business wise, like I've really always been like independent, like as far as like holding and keeping a job, working my way up. Um, that's something I've never gave up on and always worked my way up. No matter where I was at. But that's probably like the only thing I could really think of right now, to be honest. That's
Hey,
that's a
it
that's a good
matters.
thing. That's a good thinking question. Like,
That is,
what
Right.
have I stood on business and not backed down from? You
Right.
know? Yeah.
You always got to think of it like, what's a food that you like that somebody that most people don't like that you don't care? Like you. And then if you willing to argue over food, hey, what's up, little sis? It's like I'm from San Diego, right? And being from San Diego, we had the best Mexican food in the United States, and I don't care what nobody say. Now, I've seen people getting fistfights over this, and I'm one of them people. If it get too weird, it might go down. So just how you could stand behind some food that you like, there's gonna be something in your life that you could stand behind too, like that.
right.
Yeah. All right, Drea.
The first is being confident. Confidence is key. Second, being independent. Third is honesty.
Mm,
It's gotten me far. Tell it how it is. Tell how you want it to be. Let people know from the giddy up what you want, how you want it, and how it's going to be when it comes to you. And you'll get far, and they're going to respect you because that's what I want. I want respect, and I've
All
gotten
right.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Say that. Say that. All right, everybody. Look, if you tuning in, welcome to How Times Change. Every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, we got Drea, Faye Faye, and Nikki 24/7. So look, hit them all with a fave. They all got their own individual things going on. So go strap in and get ready for a ride because I know once you go on the live, you're going to get stuck. All right. So just do it now. All right. Next question, Faye. Um, can you always rely on advice from your inner circle?
No, because my what I have set for myself isn't in their head, and how they handle things is not. It's probably not the way I'm gonna. So no, not from everybody in life. Maybe a few, probably not all of them, but I think just a selected few.
Okay, cool. Chocolate, Ken, what's up? All right, Miss Drea, can you always rely on advice from your inner circle?
What I do, I take bits and pieces. So, what I find beneficial from this person, this person, I just piece it together because everybody's different and they have their different opinions, how they approach situations. Because I do my cooking like that as well, because everybody brings something to the pot. So, I take different recipes, like, oh, they added this, they did that, they, sauteed instead of baked or whatever. So, I just piece it all together and it helps me out. Can't say all of it's good, but the good parts, I piece it together and I make it work because they're there for a reason. They're your friends, so they're supposed to help you out.
Right, right. Nikki?
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna agree with that. I definitely do rely on the advice from my inner circle. Now, all the advice may not be good, right? But I rely on that because it teaches me discernment, right? And so I think that everyone is there for a reason. Um, yeah, everyone's there for a reason. And so if I'm gonna learn that discernment, I'm gonna know what not to do, what I wouldn't do because of that advice, whatever it is. But if you're in my inner circle, you're there for a reason. So I'm gonna rely on that.
Right, right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can't listen to everybody that I know. So as I got friends that they'll tell you to do stuff that they wouldn't do themselves, or
Mm,
they'll give you advice that somebody else did that they're like, oh, we should go do this. I'm like, well, did you do it? Nah, but so and so did it. So it should be good. It's like I can't rely on that. Are you gonna walk through the mist by yourself? Or are you gonna go through there with a rope? Like you can't always just blindly follow stuff. And even listening to elders, like we said before, like just because you're an elder don't mean you're right,
Right.
you know. So you gotta look at that also. All right, Nikki. Um, are you the wise one in your circle, group, or family?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay, okay. All right. What about you, Faye? Are you the wise one in your group?
No, I have older sisters, and they're the ones that I really take from and learn from. They've been
Okay.
through more than I could. Probably some of the
Nice.
things that they've been through, I probably couldn't get through. You know, and I've learned from them and not having to go through them things.
All
So
right. All
no,
right.
I think they're more wiser than me.
Okay. Older sisters. Older sisters. What you thinking, Drea?
I am not. I'm the real one though.
Say that.
That's
All
I'm
right.
straight no chaser.
Yeah.
They come to me, they're like, girl, I know you're gonna keep it real. I am gonna keep it real, girl. Please stop playing with me. But the thing is, I do have wise friends and I appreciate them, but I'm not the wisest person, but I'm the realest person. I'm gonna just tell you how it is. You can like it, love it, or hate it, but you're gonna hear it from me because that's what your friend's gonna do. So I'm gonna give it to you straight up. Take this vodka straight, girl. Don't get no juice after this.
See, we in the same family, so I don't feel like the younger sister. I really feel like the younger sister.
Right. Right. All right. All right. Yeah. Or as far as for me, I would say I'm like half and half. Most of the people younger than me that are in my family or friends or just the same age, they come to me a lot for certain things. But also I have older relatives. I have older sisters and younger sisters, so and older brothers and younger brothers. So and I'm like, yeah, yeah, you know, I deal with the big brother and me, little brother, you know.
Hmm.
I don't pass too much advice from brother to brother because everybody has their own individual path. You know what I'm saying? So I have to break it down and put it in a different way for certain people. But I'll take in all the knowledge and figure out what's good and what's bad, you know, as far as like wise stuff. All right, Nikki. All right. Let's see if the apple on your desk is working right
Oh
now.
no.
Oh,
All right. Have you ever broken your principles or compromised your integrity to be successful?
To be successful,
Yes.
like in a career or in life, like in
In
a
anything that you
relationship.
can think of.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. There have been a few times where I have known a lot my own personal integrity has sacrificed because of trying to just kick it with somebody or trying to wait for them to rise to my level or the occasion. I have sometimes dumbed myself down or just known that the situation wasn't the situation I needed to be in. And so to me, that's compromising my integrity and my value system.
Okay, okay, cool. Drea would
Yes, I have, unfortunately. But when you are working in an office setting, which I have done for like over 11 years, and to climb the ladder there, and you got these cutthroat females, you got to kiss some ass, you know what I'm saying, lick a little vagina to get where you got to get. So, yeah, I have done it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got my leadership position, in the company I was working in, because I have to do certain things to get to the top because it's about that money, it's the power, it's the position. We all like that. So I mean, it is what it is. We do things that's not so ideal to get what we want. We all done it. No one's perfect.
for sure, for sure. Faye Faye.
yeah, I have to go off of what Dre is saying too, as far as the workplace goes.
Hmm.
But we don't really have such a great like leadership sometimes. You really have to work under, sometimes poor leadership, and you have to do what it takes to, get through when you have horrible leadership. And so, yeah, I mean, teaching them, yeah, I have to agree with what Drea says as well as far as the workplace goes.
Okay. Another workplace question for you, Faye. Does telling the truth about a coworker count as snitching?
Mhm.
So I had a situation where these I worked with a couple females, and they were like wanting to be, the one was the boss and the other one had to sit under her. She wanted to be the boss, and they were like kind of going at each other, right? But I was stuck in the middle, and so like they tried to get others to go against. She tried to get me and this other girl to go against each other, like basically trying to get each other in trouble. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. It's affecting. my emotions in the workplace. I'm not able to do my job. So I went straight to HR because it was messing with me. And I'm like, I'm not trying to, be in this little war you guys have going on. But I don't think it I don't think it did count as snitching because it could have got worse than what it was.
Okay, okay. Drea?
Now, I'm gonna tell the truth and shame the devil all day long. You know me, but I don't believe it's snitching. I don't. I mean, I'm telling the truth. Like, prove me wrong, baby. If you feel I'm wrong, go ahead and do it.
Just here to check in.
If you can.
All right, thank you.
Right, right, right. Okay. Okay. So do you feel, real quick, do you feel like street policies come into play like with work more, or is it just like this is work?
Oh goodness, they can come into play. Believe me, you're gonna have that mixture of, oh, it's professional, but then you're gonna have that street, like no
Mm.
snitching, no this, no that. You have a lot of with the office. It's a lot of people sleeping together, things like that. Like the man, workplace can be so nasty, so messy. So yeah, sometimes that street don't have to come out because I had it come out before. I didn't got called to HR before. It is what it is, but you know what? I got it together. But I had a
Right.
moment.
On the reservation, it's like family politics.
Yeah.
If their name is higher, and they'll go tell their family will go straight to the general counsel. And so like it's like that. If you pick on their little niece or whatever, and then their name is like really well known on the reservation, it turns into a whole politic argument, family. Yeah, it gets kind of crazy on the reservation, to be honest.
Right. I'm saying them reservation, man. I got some crazy reservation stories, man. Crazy, you know. Nikki, does telling the truth about a coworker count as snitching?
Yeah, it do. It does count as snitching. It is. Sometimes, depending on your job and where you're at, like I, as a teacher, I might have to snitch if it's endangering some other people. But it's snitching, and usually, if they're doing something like that, it's gonna be known anyway. So, yeah, it's definitely snitching.
Okay.
Let me get the message.
All right, Faye. What is one thing,
Oh,
without
okay.
question, that you would absolutely keep your honor and morals about?
Family values. We're big on being family oriented. Always have each other's back. My family is like knit tight. So that's one thing is the whole family values.
Okay, okay. And Andrea, what you think?
Am I supposed to check in here?
I would have to go with Faye. It is about family. You got to hold them down. It can get a little difficult, but still, the family members that are down for you, be down for them. And especially with your children, your parents. Now, you got those wayward cousins and nieces and nephews. I mean, they ain't gone by their business. But the ones that's closer to you that's got your back, always have their back, always support them because you're going to need them and they're going to need
Right.
you. So I agree with Faye.
Okay. What about you, Nikki? What's one thing that you absolutely keeping your honor and morals about?
Absolutely. Yeah, family. For sure. For sure. And can I just answer the question?
Go ahead.
No, I'm not snitching.
Yeah.
I said that it's gonna
He
come
did he
out.
did
So
hear
I just
you.
want I just want to make sure you understood that. It's gonna come out, okay? I ain't gotta snitch. Now, if you're about to do something harmful to a child though,
Right.
that's something different. That's
I
not
think
snitching.
everybody
That's
agree with that.
protecting.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. For sure, for sure. What's up, everybody? Welcome to How Times Change every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. This is Here are the Facts with Meerkat. All right, you guys ready? So, accountability, all that good stuff, right? So, look, in the earlier times of the BC, we'll say the Roman Empire, it was known for a general or a politician to fall on their sword in disgrace of them failing, right? Have you guys ever used the term falling on your sword or saying in newer terms, that's my fault, that's my bad?
Mm,
Oh,
yes.
definitely. That's a part of life. If you don't say that, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Are you even human? And that's what counts to me. Like when I talk to people or kind of like maybe start dating, I'm like, what did you do in your last relationship that you could have done better? Where did you go wrong?
Mm,
Because I want to know, are you human? Because it's just not the other person. It takes two to make a relationship work. what did you do wrong? What could have you done better?
Okay, okay, Faye Faye, what you thinking? Falling on your sword, my bad, not my
Right.
fault.
Self-affliction. Yeah, that's one thing. It's hard to teach yourself if you're not, taught right. Sometimes I'm the problem, and I gotta know
Mm.
that I'm the problem. And not a lot of people can admit that.
Yeah,
So
for sure,
yeah,
for
a
sure.
lot of people think everybody's after them, but it's really yourself bringing all this stuff towards yourself. So
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
self-affliction.
Okay. Nikki 24/7.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the areas that I've actually really learned this the most is with my children. Like falling on your sword with your children, that's really a humbling experience when you're like, yo, I shouldn't have done that way. I shouldn't have approached the situation that way. I was wrong. Just being able to do that with your own children, I think is such an amazing experience. It
Right,
makes you
right.
mad sometimes, but it's easier to just be like, nah, oh well, because I said so. That's been real humbling for me.
Right, right. You guys ever like double back? You ever like punish your kids or something, or tell them to do something and then be like, ah, that was wrong.
Yep.
Apologize.
Let me go take it back. You know.
Yeah,
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
apologizing to your kids is a big step. You should apologize if you're wrong. Some people feel, well, I'm an adult, you're the child. I'm not going to apologize. I'm going to apologize to my child if I'm wrong.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right. Here's a question for Drea specifically. Everybody gonna answer it too though. Have you ever called someone out for their accountability in the last 20 days?
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm big on that. I did that to my son's father. You know how these relationships can go when you're sharing
Man,
children with these different people, which I only got one baby daddy, one child. I'm one and done. But definitely, we have our issues because he has to hold himself accountable. But I also have to hold myself accountable because I've seen some red flags and I ran those red flags. But still, it's just like, hey, you should have done this better. You should have done that. So, of course,
hey, okay, okay. Nikki, have you called somebody out on their accountability recently?
Yeah, for sure. In my relationship, I'm definitely the one. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna tell you how I feel. Like I expected you to do X, Y, and Z. That the expectation, wasn't met, or I felt this way because this happened, or you didn't. Absolutely. It's almost when you said that question, I'm over here like, yo, maybe you do it too much. Like, like, wait a second.
All right, right. These questions come from y'all, so we know the crew knows what to ask. All right, Faye, you ever call somebody on their accountability, or recently you've done it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Where do you?
Especially with my older sons right now. He's reaching that age, 12 years old. Going to be a
Mhm.
teenager soon. You're old enough to do these things. You need to start taking accountability with this. Yeah. So I probably every day with them, every day.
yeah, I'm scared of teenagers. Girl, I'm scared of them, y'all.
Be scared. Be very scared.
Right. I've been thinking about that recently too, because I have a 9-year-old, and I
Mm.
already know how his personality is. That when he turns like 12, 13, I was like, I'm gonna have to knock you out.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, especially you like me. Yeah, we probably gonna fight. I was like, I remember fighting my dad. We didn't really fight, but I just remember battling with my dad
You
a lot.
remember like puffing your chest up?
Yeah. Oh man, look. First off, black parents or just parents in general. We ain't just gonna say black parents because I know all parents go through this. But I remember my dad was like, I could hear you huffing and puffing through the wall. Like I'm like, how do you hear me? I'm outside. Like, how do you even hear that? you know?
And listen, your child is gonna say that because my son said that this morning. Like I'm like, why would you even say that though? See, like if you, who cares if I can't hear you? Because oh, you putting your chest up, you put your chest up. How can you hear me putting my chest up? I'm just sitting here like,
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah. Parents could see through walls, hear through walls. My dad used to call my name so much that I would hear him calling me. without him actually calling me. And I come in the
Right.
room and be like, huh? He'd be like, boy, I didn't call you. Get out my room. I was like, shoot, you yell so much and call me so much. Like I'm hearing things. It's like Phantom Ring, y'all. Phantom Ring is real, you know. All right. Faye, should success be humbled or celebrated?
I have to pick either or.
Yeah, it don't matter. It's your opinion.
Yeah, I think it should be celebrated. Yeah, both. That's what that's what came to mind. Yeah, it should be both celebrated more than anything because not a lot of people, are able to reach success with the lifestyles that they have, and knowing that you're blessed to even reach that success, yeah, you should celebrate it because not a lot of people make it that far.
Mm.
Okay, okay. Drea,
Everybody
success
knows me.
humbled.
I'm gonna turn up. I'm gonna celebrate. I'm like, hey, I ate a piece of popcorn. It's time to eat, y'all. I just got a promotion.
All right.
I'm
Say
gonna.
that.
I mean, just like Faye said, you know what I'm saying. Everybody doesn't make it, so I'm gonna celebrate it, but I'm not going to brag. There's a
Right.
difference. I'm gonna celebrate, but I'm not gonna throw it in people's faces. But we turning up, so.
Okay. Nikki,
I
so
haven't learned that lesson yet. So to me, success should be humbling. I think I'm learning that you should do that. There's something inside of me that I have to recognize whatever the resistance to the celebration is and figure out what that's all about. But automatically, my natural inclination is to be more humble with it.
right, right, right. Far as me, I don't really want to say humbled or celebrate. I'm more of like if I achieve something, I normally just keep it to myself. Yeah, just because my personal track record, I know people kind of be, I don't know if they jealous or what. You can't take everybody up the mountain with you.
Mm.
And we got a saying. You feed 12 homies, but they gonna down talk you because you ain't feed 13 homies. So I keep it to myself. Like I tell people all the time when I did this show, I went to my closest friends. I was like, hey, y'all think I'm not going to do a feature, try to get a feature show. Don't do that. It's a waste of time. All this stuff from my personal friends were like, don't do it. So I said, forget everybody and did it myself. I asked one person on the app and Moss Peaches. I was like, Moss Peaches, what you think about me doing a feature show? So you should have been did one, you know? And that was literally like the only person on the app that was like, do a feature show. You got this, first. I had to pretty much I did it in silence. It was me and like my five like closest friends in here recording. Nobody even knew what we was doing. And then on the rundown, it was like, "Oh, you got a new show, Mirror." They're like, "Mirror got a show. He barely even talk." You know,
Right.
so I mean, far as y'all, a lot of y'all that know me, am I a chatterbug? Not really. I don't talk a lot. I'm in, say what's up, I'm out. So when people experience me on a feature show, they're like, so you don't just sit there and chill, listen to music and vibe all the time. You can actually talk. So yeah,
That's what's up.
keep your moves in silence. You know what I'm saying? Move in silence. Celebrate the wins with the ones that gonna celebrate with you. And yeah. All right, Nikki. Who? No, I ain't gonna say it like that. Have you ever known a person to be a hypocrite that is close to you?
Oh, I'm glad you didn't say that because I was about to drop names in here. I was about to
Yeah, I don't want no names.
I was about to at them right now. Yes, I have known someone close to me to be a hypocrite. And what's interesting about it is that they were a hypocrite about the accountability piece, right? Because even when asked in private about the accountability, would not be accountable for their actions. And it was one of the most disappointing moments that a person can experience because here you are portraying yourself to be this person for the world to see, right? But behind closed doors, that's not who you are. That's not what you're doing. It's not how you're moving. So the hypocrisy it was an eye opener.
Okay.
I was about to fire those shots, y'all.
I
I was
know.
about
It's
to fire
okay.
him. He rephrased
Look,
it because he knew.
look,
He said, "I'm not about
dude.
to ask her that."
Due to recent events on our platform, I don't want no names being mentioned in this live whatsoever. On nothing. It don't even matter what it is. I don't care if they jaywalked. I don't want to hear about it. You know. All right. So, Faye, a hypocrite in your close circle.
in my close circle.
Or just in your circle. I don't want to say close because close is kind of real close. Like close is like the next
Yeah.
box to you, you know, and we know that one A1 right there. You know, she gonna call him out. So
Yeah. No, yeah, I've gone through a few situations and stuff where, where I would like apologize, even though I wasn't okay, so I would think that
yeah, get
they
into
would
it.
have
Come
to.
on, Faye,
Yeah.
you running from it. You running from it right now. Just do it. Just do it. Go ahead. Speak on
So
it.
the apology that you never get from a person, you had to like try and take it even without them saying it. That way
Mm.
you could move on from the situation. That's a hard thing to do. And I've had, somebody be like a hypocrite, and like she said, behind closed doors, it's so different. But when they're out in the public, it's like they don't want to take that accountability for their actions and want to make you look like you're the bad guy. Where they try to, turn the tables and stuff like that. And like, I just go back to that every time. And I'm like, yeah, I accepted that from
Right.
somebody that never did apologize. But yeah, I've dealt with more than enough. Um, I'm glad to take myself from that situation now.
All right. All right. Aquarius. Aquarian. Oh, Aquarian. This
Mhm.
guy. All right. I have selective reading, you guys. So give me a second. I normally ignore stuff past two sentences. All right. Some of us acted hypocritical when we were young, but as adults, either you grew up or you didn't. Point blank, most of these people just liars.
Oh,
Mm, yeah.
Thank you,
oh.
sir. Trusted user of the show. All right. Appreciate the comment.
Mhm.
Comments have moved. All right, y'all. You guys get your popcorn ready. Sit back, strap in. Andrea's about to answer. Go ahead, ma'am.
I don't know if you've
No
seen
chaser.
Sean comment, but I
I
think we are
did. I did
all,
see it. I seen you
yes,
reading it, so I'm
yeah,
pretty sure you was gonna speak on it. Go ahead.
yeah, definitely. We are all hypocrites in one way or another. Like it's hard to admit, but it's a hypocrisy for me. I mean,
Mm.
I'm just saying, none of us are perfect. So, I mean, that's just what it is. I know plenty of people that are hypocrites, and I know myself to have my hypocritical moments. So it's real out here and it's never going anywhere. Hypocrisy is here to stay, people. It's here to stay. And that's all I have to say.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. Dope. 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 All right. All right. Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What was the question? Because I clearly moved it. All right. Do you feel like you speak from an old soul when you're counseling others and friends?
Mm. No, I don't think I speak from an old soul. Like I hope that there's some ancestral knowledge coming back up and things like that. I would like to hope that, but I don't actually know, and I don't think I'm a
From the root.
yeah. I don't know if I'm an old soul though. Like I think I'm a been here before soul, but she always was kind of like in that one state of that age.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's such a good question.
Okay. Okay. Andrea?
No, no, no
No.
old soul for me. No. No, I just say things in my own words, in my own ways. It's like I take that the old soul thing, but I put it in a newer version. I put it in my words that make it unique so that everybody around me can understand it because I speak differently. I have my own little phrases and things like that. So no old soul for me. No.
Okay. Okay. Faye Faye.
Yeah, I don't think I speak from the soul either. Not in this generation. It's a
Okay.
whole lot different from back when. No old soul here.
Right. Right. I'm like I was raised in the '90s, so I can't talk about nothing but before the '90s.
Right.
If that's considered old. I mean, it is the people now. It is the people now. We the old people now to somebody. You know.
Facts.
Right.
Okay. All right, ladies. Before we go, we always do this on the show. Is there anything that you guys would like to contribute to the stream or the topic on hand in any order? It doesn't matter.
Mm, yes, accountability. I want to hold people accountable for getting not always shying away from tough conversations. There's a lot happening in this world today that we are not talking about, that we don't talk about.
that we don't educate ourselves about. And we really need to begin to have these conversations. We're leaving a very messy world for these children out here that all of us have. And history has, will show us that it's not going to change just by sitting there and ignoring it. It's also not going to change that much when you're out there acting up and doing all those things too. We do understand that, but we got to do a better job of having these conversations and holding people accountable in real ways, whatever that may look like. So,
Okay, I'll go off of what Nikki said. Let's make uncomfortable conversations comfortable. Like, make it a
mhm,
thing. It may be hard to talk about, but let's do it so we can achieve more things.
yeah.
We just can't keep running away from these topics.
Hello.
They need to be discussed.
Right.
So, yes, I agree.
Right. Like Sean said in the comments, like everybody nowadays, they're like emotionally weak.
Hey, hey.
Not a lot of people can handle their own emotions these days. They don't even know what they're going through or anything like that. So like the whole accountability part, yeah, not a lot of people like that word or even know of that word.
Right.
It's something that does need to be taught these days, to take that accountability and the right accountability, not going off to the side or anything like that, like and taking from your own accountability.
For sure, for sure. I like what you said, Drea. The tough conversations. Nikki, if you guys didn't hear Nikki, she has a show, Empower Her Through History. She sent me a form for to be on her show, and I looked at the topics, and it was the first topic for the next month. I was like, nope, not doing that one. I'm not talking about
Uh-oh.
that. You know what I'm saying? But that is a tough conversation that needs to be had. I understand that that conversation needs to be had. I'm just not going to be the one to talk about it, you know. And it's becoming real. The world is being crafted differently, So certain things need to be said. Um, being a leader, we know how the people used to lead back in the 50s and 60s. We don't have that leadership anymore, and we probably won't. We see little
Mm,
spurts of it happen when something bad happens. We need somebody to get up and do it when ain't nothing going on. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I know, far as like that standpoint, we need to move on and educate our youngsters so we can at least change the future, because 20 years, 30 years from now, stuff changes so drastically now that it's going to look different. We knew that from COVID. COVID really put everybody back in a seat and was like, look, we can go back to the old age. Think about if technology never bounced back. We would be out here rolling around in horses and cattle and rolling wagons and stuff again. It could have got like that.
Hmm.
So education is key. And one thing I didn't ask that I had a question, but I skipped past it. Do you guys feel that technology is corrupting accountability?
Oh, yes.
if if we're letting it, I
Yeah,
I kick my kids outside. You go outside.
definitely.
You go play. Go experience the dirt.
The
Exactly.
Go
dirt.
Go
get dirty a
outside.
little bit.
Yeah. I
You
kick
don't
my
have
kid out
to.
all the time. Get on out of here.
It makes it
Right.
easier to hide away from accountability. You can just shut something off. You can just talk, on a screen. It just makes it harder, right? But it's not taking it away because accountability is something that you have within yourself. It's one thing that kind of makes us human is being able to be accountable, right? And to vocalize that and to make it actionable. It makes it easier, but it does, technology is just a tool. So it could be used or it could use you. So
Amen.
Right.
we're not being accountable if we just like, yeah, that's what, that's because they're on TikTok. No, it's because you didn't talk to them about what to do when they're on
About
TikTok,
We know some
what
right?
people
to look
like
at,
being
what not
used,
to look
so
at. Right.
some people like being the vessel.
Right.
Hey, bring
Yeah,
me
free will.
all the stuff that you can't say because I can say it. Ain't nobody gonna
Hmm.
say nothing to me for saying it. Mr. WDF, he been spitting knowledge in the comments all day. I don't think conversations are hard to discuss. I just think it is the comment moved. I think it is all about how you bring up the conversation. I think that's what it said. Yep, the conversation is brought up. Aquarian, trash people having access to other trash people who validate they trash is definitely a problem.
That is a
Okay.
problem.
Yes,
It's a lot
sir.
of trash.
Okay,
Goes
Sean,
back to accountability.
right. But the kids are getting snatched left and right. So you gotta be a little more careful than when we was younger.
I actually
Exactly.
think that statistic might be a little bit wrong though. I think
You
people are
think
getting
so?
less kidnapped. Yeah.
I
Like the
think so
kidnapping,
too. I feel
it
like
actually
everything.
hasn't actually changed, but what has changed is that technology has allowed us to know more about the kidnappings, more about the snatching,
Exactly.
more about those things. But the rate of it hasn't actually changed. I think it has actually gone down.
Right. I'm from a major ex trafficking hub. You know what I'm saying? So we deal with that all the time. I've had friends from high school, elementary school go to the park and come up missing, and
Mm,
they missing poster be still sitting, on the same liquor store it got put on, back in the day, and so I know like technology is a little better because um the power of the share,
mm,
right, is different. Technology made it easier to get something from the East Coast to the West Coast. Now I can send you a flyer, I could send you a message, you could share that message, and it could reach millions of people
Hmm.
within seconds
dang.
versus the old days where it's like I had to do the footwork and walk around and hand out a flyer,
Right.
and
Yeah,
the person that you're looking for could be in the next city, but if you don't go to that next city, nobody's going to know. So
true.
technology definitely helped in different things like that, but at the same time, poison in the water, So we just got to take accountability for ourselves and spread our message. If somebody takes the message, they take it. If they don't, they don't. Um, all right. I appreciate you ladies for being on the show. Um, yeah, that's really it. I have more. See, originally I was gonna do some parenting accountability with you guys, but I didn't know if everybody had kids, and I didn't really want to be like, hey, you guys all got kids. So I was gonna leave it up to the admins to do that, you know. But don't worry, next week we got the parenting accountability. So if
Ooh,
you guys want to double back and check that show out, definitely do that. Make sure you guys hit the ladies in the box with the fave. Hit everybody in the comments with the fave. I know Sean got a real dope show. Him and his toxic friend, the Toxic Twins. You know what I'm saying? Go check them out. I don't know the exact details of the show, but you can shout out in the comments, sir. I know somebody knows or somebody's gonna go. Aquarian Soul for top badge. You know what I'm saying? And all my friends. We might as well all get a badge, right?
Right.
So there's plenty of room. So badge everybody. Stay accountable. Stay out of the drama on the app. Eat your fruits and vegetables. You know. All right. So yeah, man, we done exit the not you guys, but exit the real. We'll post everything. We'll tag everybody and everything. And yeah, you guys are trusted users now. Anytime you want to come on the show, just hit me up or hit one of the admins up and we could double back. If you have a specific thing you want to talk about, just let us know.
love it, love it, love it, love it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
That's a
it.
Thanks
great
for
show,
having
Mia.
I
me.
love the
I
conversation.
had
Nice meeting you guys.
taken and I'm
Nice
using
meeting
it.
you, Nikki. Faye
Yeah, nice
Faye.
meeting you too. I
You're
saved you,
listening.
Nikki.
I
So I
got
I
you.
could check out your show.
go.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. I'm
Thanks
gonna
for
drop
having
down
me,
in the
Mia.
comments
Bye, guys.
because Tagged is tripping with this big screen stuff they got going on. Just so y'all know. Uh-oh.
We in the classroom. Kick them out the classroom. All right. This has been How Times Change every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern for history, past, present, and future. Come back. We out here. All right, y'all. Stay dangerous.